All right, back for the second half of WSU Cougar football. Cougs up 14-6 against the Cowboys traveling in from Laramie, Wyoming. A holding call on the kicking team against number 10 Leighton Smithson, the kick returner for the Cougs. But so that'll set the Cougs back to the 11-yard line. Mateer, QB draw there. He'll rush down, bat away a defender, and get taken down at about the 20.
Oh, jeez. Aggressive tackle.
Yeah. He'll be taken down there at about the 21-yard line. So about a gain of 6 yards. 2nd and 4 down for the Cougs. Lined up on the near sideline. We got stacked 3 receivers left with Wayshawn Parker sat right next to Mateer in the backfield. A little bit of motion there from Hernandez. Mateer, again, run up the middle, runs into traffic, and he'll be taken down quickly by defensive end Devon Harris for the Cowboys.
I mean, it seems like Wyoming has figured out the Mateer draw. I mean, that is back-to-back plays where they're doing a good job of corralling Mateer, like putting him in the middle.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
I mean, that was a gain of what? 2 yards, yeah. 3rd down and 2 now.
Yeah. All right, lining up again. We got 2 stacked left with a couple options in the backfield. Mateer out of the shotgun, runs left, looks for an option, nothing there. And he'll get tackled for maybe a loss of a yard there. That's going to be 4th and 2 on the WSU 21. And that'll pretty quickly 3 and out, take the offense off the field, put on the kicking team there, and Wyoming will get the ball back here in just a couple seconds.
A little questionable offensive play calling and drive right there. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
That's really, we wanted to do 3. Yeah. Wanted to do 3 little plays right there, all quarterback draws, but sure.
Yeah. Nick Haber, the punter for the Cougs, will take it down, and he'll kick it just below the logo. Fair catch at the 41-yard line. Caught by number 19 for the Cowboys, Caleb Cooley, the punt returner, 5'7" senior. As we get the window back opened up here after some technical difficulties. Thank you for bearing with us. Cowboys will line up now at their own 41-yard line. Bit of a missed opportunity there from Haber to make a better punt after his last kind of missed opportunity where he kicked it at about the 51.
Yeah.
So Wyoming will line up in great field position to start their first drive of the second half.
Yeah, that holding call on the kickoff too, actually. I forgot about that, but that was like, I was like, why are we so far backed up in our own territory?
Yeah.
But that really kind of halted the drive on their own 41-yard line. So once again, 1 more first down, and they're already back in Coug territory.
So Savoba, quarterback for the Cowboys, having a bit of a rough first quarter with a 58% completion percentage, just 70 for 12 on 80 yards. Will trot out to the field here with his squad and get us started, as we've got a couple scholarship winners saying hello down on the field.
That's Sabota. We have 80 yards passing in the first half. See if he can build on that to get the Cowboys offense into a 1-score game. It is technically still is a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion being successful. But yeah, I mean, Cowboys are in this thing. Hopefully the Cougs defense get a 3-0.
I mean, they are right there. They will have to unfortunately score twice unless they want to put up a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
But they're right in that. I'm not exactly seeing the Cougs run away with this game the way I would like them to.
Yeah, totally. With you on that.
Yeah, but with this last minute here of a media timeout, down in the South, Texas A&M meet up for college game day in a rivalry. 7-0, the Longhorns lead over the Aggies. And up near us over in Seattle, number 1 ranked Oregon, and the last undefeated team in the country, leads the Huskies 13-6 going into the second quarter with just 8 left to play in the half. And moving over to the northeastern side, Indiana puts up big numbers against Purdue, 28-0 now, and Iowa State and Kansas in a tight game, 10-7.
Yeah, wow, that should be a good one.
Absolutely. Lots of matchups and face-offs around the country today. And excuse me, it looks like that game's down in Eugene.
Not
in Seattle.
I thought my parents went to the last home game there in Seattle. I don't know. I don't follow along with the Huskies anymore.
All righty. Sabota.
Oh, false start here.
False start on Wyoming. That's
twitch.
their third offensive foul of the game. That's going to push them back now to 25 yards worth of offensive fouls.
I don't know what the conversation is here. That was
I am not either.
There is no foul. The ball is not ready for play.
Okay. So it looks like that's going to be a mistake on the referees for tonight. And Cowboys line up at the 41-yard line. Line to gain is the 51 down into Cougar territory just past the logo. Lined up in the shotgun. Svahoba. Little action there across. He'll hand it off. And a run play. Gain of about 6 yards there. And he'll take it down to Farrell for his fourth rush of the game. And he just has 9 yards today. So he's had a couple issues with the loss of yards there on an unfortunate kind of a lateral play. So we'll see how he does. A Coug there, a bit ginger on his hand. That's going to be number 1, Stephen Hall, quarterback. And he seems to be shaking out his left wrist there a little bit, calling for a sub. Not sure if he'll get one.
He's going to stick it out here. 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5.
3 stacked right. Farrell in the backfield for the Cowboys. And the snap. Hands it off to Farrell. Looks left. Faked out. And Cougars recognize that play immediately. Gain of maybe 1. 2nd and 5.
Big David Gusta in there and Andrew Edson on that tackle.
David Gusta having a fantastic today. Almost 10 tackles today for the Cougs.
Yeah, he's a good run stuffer. I love it. I love watching him shed those blocks.
All right, third and 5, no gain on that last play for Farrell. Struggling again, as we said, to get any kind of yardage on the board. Not even leading in the top 5 for yards tonight. Sabota, backfield. Motion to the right, stack 3. And he'll look right in trouble as they break the pocket, and he'll throw it away into the Wazoo sideline. Kind of looking for an option there as he stacks right, but
Cyrus Webster, some good pressure there.
Massive edge rusher for Wazoo.
Oh yeah,
he's consistent every time, and we hadn't brought him in a lot during this game, but we brought him in the red zone, and we're able to use him efficiently to make sure that they didn't score on that last drive before halftime.
Yeah.
So he's doing exactly what he needs to be, and it looks like Wyoming's going to punt from their own 46.
See if Tony Freeman could get a little return here, get the Cougs not with the ball at the 10-yard line.
Kicker John Hoyland.
Another fair catch.
Fair catch from Tony Freeman at the 6-yard line.
Oh, deep.
Yeah. Unsure why there isn't going to be a lot of punt returning from the Cougs today. Haven't seen a punt run yet from Wazoo. Not sure if they're just looking for, clean break, ready to go, but they're pinning themselves up almost back to their own end zone. So not giving themselves the best field position.
Yeah, they're playing a little flip-flop here, field position with the Cougs, and fortunately the Cowboys are on top of that because, yes, they're getting the ball back in plus field position, but there again, that was a drive that went absolutely nowhere. They get a first down, but that was about it. Yeah.
Batir, though, and even though he's pinned back on offense and unfortunately sometimes unable to get those third down conversions, is having a fantastic night. 13 for 14 on 154 yards. So, he's doing his job tonight. I think right now it's just about getting those options open, not playing down to Wyoming, 11th in the Mountain West. So, I just really think he needs to take care of business, and we absolutely need to score on this drive to make sure that we run away with this football game, because this is within a 1-possession game for Wyoming, maybe a 2 if they don't go for a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
So they just really need to show who's boss, especially at home. We are also, I think we've kind of forgotten to mention this thus far in the broadcast, but we are looking to be undefeated at home this season. So a win tonight will secure a 9-3 season, the first of which we've had since 2018 with Gardner Minshew leading the Cougar Pack, but an undefeated home win season. So that says great things about the environment here on the Palouse, though the stands Though the stands might be spotted with a few fans tonight coming off Thanksgiving break, that spirit's still there. And, this is a team that really performs, twice as good at home, averaging about 50 points on their home turf and 28 away.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it is, I don't want to say it is not surprising, but it obviously with the environment here on the Palouse, but it does kind of suck to see the difference in when the Cougs travel on the road to performance-wise compared to when they play at home. And I mean, obviously, being at home, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable playing and putting up points and want to perform for your fans. But, yeah, the road trips have been brutal. The back-to-back losses happening both on the road in Corvallis and down in New Mexico. So, back on home turf, though, up 8 here, a little bit.
Yeah.
11-16 to go in the third. See if Mateer and the crew can, put together. It's going to be a long drive, though, if it's going to score. So,
and especially when you talk about away games, with conference realignment, we've got to reach way farther out in terms of travel, heading down to Louisiana Tech and Tulane next year in the regular season. So the Cougs got to figure something out because these are not, far distances. They're going California, New Mexico, Oregon. These are neighboring states. So they really got to work with different time zones and, maybe different sleeping schedules if they want to be competitive next year in their new schedule.
Got to figure it out on the road, though.
Mateer and the squad backed up at their own 7-yard line. Wayshawn Parker is sat right next to Mateer, shotgun formation, 2 stack left. Motion there, cut route. Mateer throws left to Wayshawn Parker as he dances down the sideline, and he'll get knocked out of bounds there at around the 30-yard line, and that'll move the chains for a first down.
Nice little swing pass there. Nice route by Wayshawn Parker, not a defender within 5 yards of him. Good read there by Mateer.
Wayshawn Parker, again, a running back with 1 receiving touchdown on the season, 4 rushing touchdowns. Kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
3 now stack left. Parker. Mateer looks right, threads the needle to Hudson, who will take the catch, but unfortunately it looks like that will be a completed catch. And that's going to be second and 1. Lateral pass there to Hudson once again, and he'll get it for a first down.
Nice block out there by Kyle Williams, that senior, showing that leadership still. Like Mateer was saying earlier, doesn't have to be always catching the ball or touching the ball. He's always helping out blocking.
First and 10 on the WSU 35 line to gain is 45. Mateer hands it off to Parker. Utilizing his running back today, that's a gain of about 4.
There you go. Wayshawn will be his 7th carry of the game. Or 8th carry of the game, my bad, for 22 yards. Still waiting for that burst that we know that Wayshawn has there.
Yeah. So it's going to be 2nd and 7, 10 minutes and change, 9 minutes and 45 seconds left on the game clock. Clock is running. Wayshawn Parker stacked up behind motion in the backfield. Mateer lateral and is sacked. Wayshawn Parker with nowhere to go. Taken down by an aggressive Cowboys offense. That's going to be Connor Shea. That kind of trips up his ankles there and goes for a loss of yards. 3rd and 14 now on the WSU 31. Yard to gain is still the 45.
Yeah, that's a big negative play after a good 3-yard gain on first down. Now that was like a 7 or 8 yard loss there. So
loss of 7 yards.
Don't want to say that was a drive killer here because what can happen when Mateer on 3rd down? And as I speak, there goes Fat Amoe with a false start to make the 3rd down a little longer.
Wazoo's 2nd offensive foul of the night. That's going to push them back to 3rd and 19, which is not a spot you want to be. This is the point where you have to do a pass play, air raid, anything like that. Make Mike Leach proud. Run an air raid offense. See what you can do there. But a QB draw probably won't work.
Nope.
Kyle
Williams down there somewhere.
And Wyoming's defense has got 3 people pushed back, only 3 linemen on the offense. And Mateer's going to run it up down the middle of the field, and he'll get his legs flown out from underneath him, 10 yards short of the first down. And the punting team or special teams will come out for Wazoo. Nothing has been produced on that drive for the Cougars as they will trot off the field and hope to prevent scoring for the Cowboys.
Yeah, just a negative play there, then the false start there really, really hindered our drive there. I mean, it was like, that was a 10-yard gain on third down. So at least maybe we can flop the field and see if Haber can maybe get this one down inside the 20. Let's see.
Haber takes the punt.
Nice.
It spins all the way down to about the 13-yard line. Fair catch there from number 19 for the Cowboys. Caleb Cooley, the punt returner, 5'7" senior. They will trot up the field here and get ready down at their own 19-yard line. Take a little bit of a timeout here. So, Wyoming struggling offensively. Now coming into the second half, Wazoo struggling offensively. Obviously, Sabota, 7 for 13, struggling. But the Cougars, 6 plays, only 29 yards. 3rd and 19. I mean, talk about a struggle. I think those lateral plays only work if you're really in the red zone.
Totally.
And that yard to gain, or excuse me, that line to gain is maybe 5 yards away from you at max. But on a 20-yard play where you have to do something like that, I mean, I applaud John Mateer for seeing that Wyoming's offense was stacked up for a pass play.
Mm-hmm.
They had three D tackles on their offensive line. Everyone else backed up all the way to the safeties. Obviously, there was going to be no blitz. He had plenty of time in the pocket, but do you still risk not getting the first down?
Yeah,
and unfortunately, it didn't just play out for him today. So
I do. That's another point we brought up earlier again is I just think that the offense is starting to get a little bit predictable here for the Cougs, and not in a bad way. You know, Mateer is very lethal on the ground. He's got 14 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown today, but I just think in these certain circumstances and situations, it's almost like the other team can just bet and be like, okay, Mateer is going to take off and run the ball here.
Yeah. And tonight, Wyoming's had no fumbles, and Cougars on 2 fumbles. One of those has been a turnover for Wyoming. So not only have they made a couple offensive errors, they had a couple offensive fouls, and now they're not converting those third downs into a fresh set of downs. They're not getting into their territory, so they really need to kind of speed up here, get their heads back in the game if they want to run away with a 9-2 season, because unfortunately we probably will not break back into the rankings unless something insane happens tonight in the world of college football. But
an Oregon loss.
Yeah, right. So I would like to see a little bit more hustle, a little bit more drive from these guys, especially on senior night. Got on those guys going out, giving it their all, staying at Wazoo when, different opportunities presented themselves. So
look at David Gusta. He's just staring. He's just staring.
Yeah.
He hasn't moved in like a minute. He's just staring into the huddle of that team huddle of the Wyoming Cowboys here closer to us.
Oh, goodness. He's so funny. He's been animated all night, especially during those offensive fouls on Wyoming, jumping up and down, dancing. And, I'm really surprised, actually, that he hasn't gotten an unsportsmanlike conduct foul. But, I mean, as long as he's doing it all in good fun, yeah.
That's like the new thing now, when the offense false starts, the big linemen get up and they start jumping and dancing right in their face. Like, that was you. And it's like, I think make sure he knows. Yeah, make sure he knows it was him.
Exactly. All righty. Wyoming Cowboys now will line up at their own 14-yard line. Line to gain is the 24, right on the Pac-12 logo, which soon enough will have 6 more teams in it.
Yep.
Coming in 2026. Savoba lined up with Farrell in the back. He'll fake a pass off.
Going deep.
Going deep now. Intercept. Oh. Excuse me.
Adrian Wilson almost had that. Gosh, we got a little antsy there.
Yeah, I got a little excited. And it looks like it was going to be intended for 85 now. Trotting off field, kind of clutching that thigh. Looks like that's going to be
playing it. Yep.
And unfortunately, again, almost picked off by not Wayshawn Parker. Tanner Moku again.
See if Sabota's got something here.
Running back lined up for him. Escapes it and slides. They don't call the play dead, and it looks like he'll be just short of a first down. Looks like.
Just about a yard.
Yep. Whaley with the carry now. 2nd and 1. I'm really not sure what they're calling here. Or, excuse me, 3rd and 1 on the Wyoming 23. Yeah. Line to gain is at 24, so they got to run a quick run play on this. Whaley being effective for them. Only 35 yards on the night, but averages about 5 yards per carry, so that's exactly what they need right here. Motion in the backfield. Sabota over to Whaley, and he gets it and then some. 6-yard gain there for Wyoming. Taken down then at the 30.
That Wyoming O-line is trying to kind of figure it out right here. That was a big hole for 3rd and 1.
Absolutely.
New package coming in here for the Cougs.
Cyrus Webster again coming in on the edge. I've noticed that they're kind of saving him for those moments that they need him because he's just been effective all year on putting away those QB draw routes, those QB options. All season long he's been able to do that. So
I think this is the pass rush unit here.
Yep. Line of gains the 40-yard line. Savoba in the pocket. He'll hand it off there to Farrell. He'll bully his way down the field for a gain of about 7 or 8.
Starting to just run it over now.
Yeah, and the run game looks like it's doing good things here for Wyoming now. 6.5 minutes left to play. Both teams kind of in desperate need of a score. 14-6 is your score. And they'll break it out now. 2nd and 3 on the Wyoming 37. 40 is the yard to gain. Shotgun formation, same as always. 2 stacked left. He'll hand it off to Farrell. Or excuse me, he tripped me out. Fake a handoff to Farrell and a flag is called. Holding.
Wow.
Yep.
So that'll be against Justin Stevenson, that receiver out there. Just a little too much hugging going on.
Yep. He's holding on Kyle Thornton, who's now trotting out of the game.
There we go.
And that will be Wyoming's fourth flag of the night, 4th on offense. No defensive fouls for them yet tonight. Got a few new guys trotting in here on the offensive line, and that'll push them back to their own 27. Line to gain is still the 40. So that's a 10-yard penalty for holding on Stevenson. Or excuse me, that'll put them at the 31. Line to gain is still 40. It's 2nd and 9. Sabota almost drops the snap, but it's good, and he throws it to nobody. And it looks like it was intended for,
Justin Stevenson again. Getting a lot of targets tonight.
And that's going to be held off there by the Cougar defense. Kind of wrapped his arms around him there.
No flag, though. We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't complain, O'Connor. Can't complain.
Ethan O'Connor, again, just such a weapon on defense for Washington State.
It's a ball hawk, that man.
Yep.
Big 3rd down stop here for the Cougs. Here we go. Come on.
2 stack right for Wyoming. And they kick out man-on-man, D'd up. 1 safety in the backfield. Motion moves in. Sabota looks right. Wide pocket. Flag is thrown and incomplete pass.
Oh, this might be a first down.
And this might be a first down for,
on the other side of the ball, too. You hate to see when the ball's going, his head is looking right all way. He's going right, but there's a flag on the left side of the field.
Yeah.
You hate to see that. Maybe legal contact, maybe, against the Cougs here.
Might be Gushigan here. Yeah.
Oh. Latamua.
Yeah, his 2nd foul of the night. First one was a false start, or excuse me, not a false start, offsides.
Yep.
And then now a personal foul, face mask, which, unfortunately is just totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
And it pushes.
Wow, they got it's a big 15 personal fouls, 15 yards. Yeah, those are
15-yard penalty. Pushes the Cowboys out to their 46-yard line. Line to gain is into Cougar territory at the, I guess that is the 44. Sabota looks right. Wide open option there. And I think they'll put that in as a first down as he kind of barrels out of bounds there.
John Michael
84,
Gillenberg.
yep.
His first catch of the ball game. They're leading Or leading tight end receiver, I should say, not leading receiver, but leading reception man for the Wyoming Cowboys tight end room.
And they'll trot their way into Cougar territory now.
Yeah, they're kind of driving here. We need a negative play or something.
Big stop.
Incomplete pass.
And the free safety pulls up for Wazoo. Maybe looking for a 4-man rush here. Motion in the backfield. Sabota. Fake off to Freeman and batted down, almost intercepted. Intended again for.
Let's see, was that?
I believe.
Was that 83?
Yeah. Will Palesser, yeah. So intended for kind of that cut route wide receiver there, but batted away, almost intercepted once more.
It's a nice play by O'Connor there.
Yeah, by O'Connor. Cyrus Webster and O'Connor right on that.
So we need, though, we need an incompletion on first down, second and long still. See if they'll run the ball, see if the Cougs can get a stop. Oh, yeah.
Second and 10 on the WSU 42, line of gains at 32. Sabota will look immediately taken down. That's going to be Whaley sacked by Hilborn, who saw that option really early. Lateral routes not really working for this Wyoming offense. Just over 4 minutes left to play. Clock is ticking down in Giesa Field. Score is still 14-6. Wyoming on possession, 3rd and 7. Here is the big stop again that they need. Man coverage from Wazoo. Sabota, motion in the backfield. Kick it out to Freeman again. He's open. Wide. And that is an unfortunate hole that should have been immediately covered. Yeah, that's going to be Evan Sabota just running right down the middle. Kind of a
quarterback
fake
option play.
Fake off to Whaley, and he runs right down the middle. So that'll convert to a first down. They'll get a fresh set here on WSU 28-yard line in field goal territory, closing this gap inch by inch. And they'll stack 3 on the right. Cougs need to figure out something defensively here, or they won't be able to stop this drive. Hike.
Oh, what?
He looks left. Blitzed.
Oh!
And it's tipped up in the air by Freeman. Running downfield there. Or excuse me, not Freeman. By Whaley. And, yeah, another incomplete pass for Sabota. But, again, even if you're incompleting those passes, 9 for 19, 47% on the night. But he's running it for 17 yards of play. So I'm kind of at a
Sabota there.
At a loss for words there. Yeah,
on that third. And it was 3rd and 7. They run a read option. They gain 17 yards. Yeah. Oh, that just hurts.
Sabota. Farrell tucked behind him. Motion in the backfield. He'll hand it off to Farrell. Up the middle. Gain of about 3. Taken down by Tony Freeman for Wazoo. And a fresh set of guys will trot onto the field for either side of the ball. Stephen Hall, cornerback, coming in for the first time today for Wazoo. Getting ready to stretch his legs.
There's big Ansel Dimba doing the jaws too, trying to get the crowd into it.
And yet again, Wyoming will stack right. Running back option in the backfield. Hiked, he looks left. Long throw. Oh, an incomplete pass right into the hands of Will Pellissier. And it's going to be broken up again by Jackson Latumua. And who's just played some strong defense tonight. And
he
really
made up for that face mask earlier.
Redemption, yeah, absolutely. So again, 4th and 6 on the WSU 24. And they'll head on out for a field goal, the kicking team.
Well, they're long one, 41, 42 yards.
This will be kicker number 46, John Hoyland. His 3rd attempt of the night. Made the last 2 with ease. The snap. Oh!
Was it short? Oh, he got it.
Yeah, just barely made it. Fell onto his bum there. hit the turf, but he just made it by a matter of inches. Your score now is 14-9. Cougs now in desperate need of
any score
of a successful drive here. Yeah, essentially anything to get them into field goal range.
Totally.
Lengthen that lead by just a little bit. Wyoming doing a little dance on the field. We'll take a short break here. Let Wazoo recollect themselves, as so will we. We will be right back in just a couple minutes. Still using favored kicker John Hoyland to punt off to the Cougar special teams. He'll kick it off from the own 35. And it'll be run back by Tony Freeman for the first time all game.
Boom.
He'll get tripped up at about the 26-yard line. Great tackle there from Wyoming special teams. And they'll trot off to their far side of the field there. And they will start a really important drive for Wazoo at the 26-yard line.
It's like a statement drive here for the Cougs.
Yeah.
Really need a score. Offense have just sputtered out the past since I want to say like the first quarter.
Yeah. Leo Pololasi, RB in the backfield. Mateer takes a snap. Option is empty, incomplete pass intended for Josh Meredith downfield, and a flag is down in the back.
If this is a hold, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot here. It might be. It's in the area of a hold, so I can only assume.
Holding. Offense.
Yep.
Number 57. 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's a really unfortunate call. That's going to push us back another 15 yards again into almost our own end zone. So now back at the 11-yard line. Line to gain is the 36. So it is 1st and 20.
See, now this is it's a drive killer. It's like,
yep.
It's hard enough, to get 1st and 10, but
Absolutely.
1st and 20, I mean, let's see if this is a scramble, a quarterback draw.
Stack left. Carlos Hernandez motion in the backfield. Mateer out of options, and it's batted down. They might call that intentional grounding, but
can't seem to click right now, Ken Mateer and his troops on offense.
A lot of lateral options, and they seem to be looking left and right, not forward and backwards.
Yeah, 100% agree with that.
So, got some new guys trotting out on the field now. Cooper Mathers, tight end for the Cougs, and Pulolasi still in the backfield, giving Wayshawn Parker a bit of a breather. 2 stack left, Williams and Hudson. D'd up man on man. Mateer looks left, escapes trouble, and is going to be escapes a tackle, escapes another one, and he's tackled for loss down at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if this is more of a O-line thing right now, or because there is a lot of pressure on Mateer all day today, and I don't know if it's an O-line thing or if it's just no one's getting open down the field. Looks like a Cowboy, though, might have gotten hurt on that.
Yeah, Cowboy Ginger on his left knee there. Unable to see his number right now. Getting checked out by staff. Yeah, 3rd and 20. What do you do on 3rd and 20? I'm asking you.
I know. I really don't have an answer, but I'm hoping that it will be something successful. That is going to be my answer. I'm hoping we got it. Kyle Williams' average, I'm pretty certain it's about 16 yards a catch.
Yeah.
I think if you just get Kyle Williams on a deep route here, or, maybe Chris Hudson's had a good game so far. Meredith hasn't really been involved. Maybe get him involved on a little, I think a deep crossing routes here are that's the call. You throw it up, they don't catch it. But, they do. They make a big play, and then you could go for a lot more.
Yeah. And, noticing Wyoming's defense, they're able to notice when they're going to run a pass play pretty quickly here. And they take all of their linebackers and push them way back to where their safeties are.
Yep.
So it's pretty easy to read those pass plays, but there really is nothing else you can do. QB draws are easy to read, easy to, take them down, especially after an entire season of him running those plays.
Let's see, they're only going to rush 3 here. So
Mateer looking around deep in the pocket, and he'll run it again, launch it over to Carlos Hernandez, and it's broken up by Wyoming, by Ian Bell, 6'1" cornerback, and oh my goodness.
Yeah,
and the punting team will head on to the field.
Not a good drive.
Not
there for the
even
Cougs.
halfway out of their own territory.
Nope.
4th and 20. Nick Haberer.
Yeah, that was 4
First-
plays,
yeah.
minus
Oh,
10
goodness.
yards.
Nick
And-
Haberer with his 3rd punt of the night. He'll take it here. Almost taken down, and he'll kick it to the 50-ish, and it'll bounce down and gobbled up by a Cougs special teams right there. It'll be at the 41-yard line. Again, giving Wyoming field position, or
Yeah.
fantastic field position for the
All
3rd
day.
time tonight. So Cougs are making uncharacteristic mistakes. Not impressed with what I'm seeing right now.
I want to say like the Cowboys' average spot of like where they're starting their drives is definitely at least like above the 30-yard line. I want to like this is what the 41. I think the last few have been 35 at like 35, 34-yard line.
Yeah.
It's asking a lot from any defense, but specifically, I mean, Cougs defense so far only 9 points on the board. So for the Cowboys,
Yeah,
but
and I'm just wondering, what's going through this offense's head. A team that averages almost 50 points at home is sitting at 14 with a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Blitz by the Cougs.
oh wow.
Sabor
Oh.
manages to kick it out to Freeman, who will trot down for a 1st down, and he kind of bobbles it around in his hands there, but it'll end up successful for the Cowboys. Yet again, another run route there. Excuse me, that's Farrell, not Freeman.
I can't believe he caught. He like literally
Yeah.
bobbled that for like 5 seconds.
Line to gain now is on the Cougar side, 49. 2nd and 1 on the WC 50.
Sabota now over 100 yards on that last completion.
Yeah. Farrell now just needs to gain about 1 yard for the 1st down. Move those chains on down into Cougar territory for the umpteenth time tonight.
Yep.
Sabota looks right, wide open option there, taken down, but it's good for a 1st down. And they'll move the chains on down. Line to gain now sits at around the WSU 40, putting the Cowboys yet again into a potential field goal range if they manage to get this next set of fresh downs here. So,
Yeah. They're just kind of moving that looks like that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter, but they're just kind of moving the ball with way too much ease here on the Coug defense.
yeah. And John Michael Gillenborg, the tight end for Wyoming, creating a lot of those quick option routes. When you need to get that 1st down, he's there for an easy 5 yards. You run those lateral routes, you figure out what works, what doesn't, and he's doing fantastic. They haven't utilized him a significant amount in the earlier parts of this game, but I'm seeing him out there more and more as the game goes on.
Yeah. 100%. They're Sabota's trying to really spread the love on his offense now, but we just need to see a big stand here from the Cougars deep. It's 4th quarter now. I think the seniors are gonna try to, make their last mark here in Pullman. Someone wants to make a play. Now let's not get too aggressive though. That can sometimes bite you in the foot, but this Butch is coming out of the tunnel to try to fire up the crowd here.
Yeah, and an unfortunate kind of a the crowd noise and support's kind of needed tonight in a game like this. And unfortunately, it's just not there. Last year, after a loss to UCLA away, we went on a 5-game losing streak, and I feel like this might just be the story of this squad. It's hard to get back up once you've fallen.
It is.
To fall in this game would be a 3-game losing streak for Wazoo.
Yes.
So 4-game loss in the season. It's not terrible. We've got top 20 ranked teams right now that have 3 losses, but it's the quality of those losses, it's the quality of the wins that really decide those rankings. And unfortunately, the quality of the Cougar losses right now are just kind of in the toilet. So
yeah, they're pretty bad.
Unfortunately, it just kind of looks like they're losing a bit of gas, losing a bit of steam here. But let's see if we can get a big stop, something. And if we do get a big stop, what are we going to do with it? Are we going to convert it into points? Because we've had luck with interceptions and big stops on third down. But what do we do with those third downs? What do we do with those interceptions? And right now, we're not doing much of anything.
We're not. We really aren't. And back to that first half, the interception by the Cougars.
Yeah.
That drive it got killed again because Mateer ran and then he fumbled it, so he kind of gave the ball right back to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Who are now driving again in Cougar territory.
Absolutely.
Well, as Pump It Up is playing here, hopefully it looks like the Cougar sideline's getting a lot pumped up, but you need to see that action on the field here.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, if I'm Dicker, do I try something different right now? Do I put in a new set of guys? And, in your opinion, would you say this is an offensive line problem?
I mean, I think so. Mateer has been under pressure. Now, is it maybe because Mateer is sliding out of the pocket like he does? He likes to get out of the pocket. He likes to throw on the run.
Yeah.
Today's been a big sidearm throwing day. I feel like all his passes are coming from the side. But I don't know if that's because, again, it could be totally because the offensive line are just not holding the blocks long enough, or it's because Mateer, it is definitely hard for a mobile quarterback and a lineman to kind of, you're trying to hold someone here, but Mateer's over here. And it's like, well, I can't hold him, so it's like I got to let him go,
Yeah, and Mateer has found early success in this season with those QB draw, QB option plays. But as the season has progressed, it's become more and more predictable for offenses to read. Do we drop back our linebackers, or do we do a four-man rush? Do we blitz John Mateer? Because under pressure, when that pocket kind of collapses, he's kind of an unpredictable player. Is he going to pass it? Is he going to drop it because he doesn't know what to do? Is he going to tuck and run? So I think that's one of the things that Wyoming has been fantastic at during this game is what is John Mateer going to do, and how are we going to take those options away from him, especially if it's on a pass play?
I'm hoping that the defense can figure something out here to take away Sabota's options now, because right now Sabota's looking – I mean, you got to put this guy in a situation where, you want to make him make a good throw. You don't want to just be like, here, we'll give him 5 yards of soft coverage. You throw it here.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 yards at a time is going to just eat you up as a defense.
And not only will 5 yards at a time eat away at the field, it'll eat away at the clock, giving
100%.
WSU a lot less time to recover. And Sabota wasn't even a part of the squad last week that almost took down Boise State and held them to less than 20 points. Sabota, hands off to Farrell, and he'll bully his way through the crowd there for a line of about 2.
There we go. There's a stop, though, for 2.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Line to gain now is, the 48, as a couple Cougs trot off to the side. Bring in some new edge rushers here.
Tanner Moku getting a lot of playing time tonight for him senior
Absolutely.
night. Gotta love it.
Yep. Farrell again stacked up in the backfield with Sabota. Almost a call there for, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That looked like a false start.
I thought it was. It looked like a
Yeah.
flinch. They're going to
Sabota.
swap the run play now.
Hands
away from
off.
the blitz.
To Whaley, and he'll bully his way down just short of a first down. Yeah, and that's going to be 3rd and 1.
All right.
Again, another significant third down for both teams. To get within field goal range, scoring position, even trot their way down into the red zone. That's going to put them ahead of WSU. And when they're ahead, can WSU respond offensively?
Yeah, I mean, so far, nothing this half. No points, nothing. I don't even know if about first downs on this half yet. Much needed third down stop, though, here from the
Sabota
Cougs.
partnered up with Whaley. Sabota, QB option. He'll drive it down for a first down and then some. Rushes about 6 yards there, and that'll put the ball at the WSU 33.
That's a good play call, but they're just driving right now. Cougs defense needs to come up with an answer here.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tanner Moku there with the tackle eventually bringing him down, but it's just too little too late. They got a fresh set of downs within 30 yards, 35 yards of the end zone. Cowboys, vertical stack on the left, motion in the backfield. Stacks on to 3.
Pressure.
And pressure on Sabota, and he'll go down. Sacked by Christian Hilborn.
think that might have been Kyle Thornton there on that
Or
sack.
excuse me. Yes, Kyle Thornton. I get those boys mixed up. Yeah, good play on
either way.
Either one of
great
them.
play.
Yeah. And good on Wazoo for kind of encapsulating that pocket, turning it into a circle of red there. So, not giving him any cushion to look for an option there. And then as soon as he runs, they crash in and turn that circle into a dot of red.
Exactly. Wazoo's defensive coordinator maybe found something there in first down blitzing.
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
That'll be the new, maybe another blitz here. No, it looks like they're just going to play some coverage.
One safety in the back. Sabota looks right.
There we go.
Snagged and taken down. No gain.
Is that Thornton again down there? I think it might be.
Yeah, and he dances his way back to the line of scrimmage there. It's going to be a 3rd and 15.
Like we said earlier, got to get those seniors fired up from the fourth quarter. There could be, potential or their last home game. They want to make an impact in Pullman. Now it's 3rd and way long here.
3rd and 17 on the WSU 40. Again, as we have been saying consistently for the last couple drives, big 3rd down.
Yep.
And from the 40-yard line, that's a tough field goal to make, especially for, a smaller kind of power 4 team. So here we go. Stack left.
Pressure.
Sabota, big pocket, and he's free.
Fumble!
And it's fumble! Tony Freeman will snag it and push it down into Wazoo territory. Sabota's on the ground.
Where's that? Alukta.
Alukta. You are correct.
That's his second week. Hey, back-to-back turnovers, back-to-back weeks, both at critical points in the game. That was a huge hit, though, by Ruff. Oh, my gosh. Quinn Ruff, senior, making his impact. That's what we needed, senior guys. Sabota got rocked on that play.
Sabota kind of trotting up the field, a little ginger on his
he did not
left
see
hip.
him at all.
No, he didn't. I didn't see him at all either. Apologize to listeners who just got their eardrums burst. And that'll push us into immediate timeout. Big play for the Cougs and a bigger response. We will be right back with more football. 11 minutes left to play. Wazoo up by 5. And we will be right back. This is KUGR Radio, the student voice of the Palouse. All righty, back after a humongous momentum play by Washington State defensive end Buddha Alukta for his 3rd interception on the season, last of which he ran in for a touchdown. So this takes the ball into Wyoming territory and within scoring range for Wazoo. That'll put it at the 45-yard line. 35 is the yard to gain. Fresh set of downs. And let's see what Mateer's going to produce here. Wayshawn Parker's buddy-to-buddy with him in the backfield. We got 2 stacked on the right. Man defense from both sides of the field tonight. Not much of a change there. And
don't know about that. What that was.
bit of a motion in the backfield. Williams, 3 stack right. Fake off to Parker. Mateer wide open. And Hudson bobbled around in his hands, and it's incomplete down at the 15.
That was a great throw from John.
Absolutely. And that's the kind of stuff we've been needing to see from Mateer all year. You know, he's not a big guy on those kind of Hail Mary kind of passes, but he's been consistently throwing more and more, maybe, you know, training his arm, seeing what he can do there.
Hudson just needs to come down with that one there. But
all right, second down on the Wyoming 45, 2nd and 10. Buddy in the backfield. He'll hand off to Parker. Bullies his way down for a gain of about 5. And the ball set up now at the Wyoming 40-yard line.
Little feistiness after that play from Wayshawn Parker and the tackler there.
Josh,
just saying happy Thanksgiving to each other there, you know.
Meredith and Hernandez stacked right. Hudson and Williams stacked left. Buddy in the backfield. Mateer and Parker. Man-to-man defense again from the Cowboys. We've seen it all night.
Need to prove a first down here.
Mateer at the logo. He's in the shotgun. 3rd and 6, Wyoming 41. Line to gain is the 35. He'll
run.
And he'll hand it off to Wayshawn Parker, who's short of it by about 2 yards. Question now is, do you go for it on 4th and 2?
Looks like a yes from Dickert and the Cougs.
Yep.
Mateer didn't even take a step over towards that sideline. He knew it. Yep.
Alrighty. 4th and 3. Excuse me. All options are stacking right. We got 4 receivers on the right side of the field. Or excuse me, it looks like Chris Hudson's going to trot off there.
Well, there was 4. He was just trotting off. She was not lying.
3 stacked right. Parker in the backfield. Mateer looks left, and he's open. Pressure in the pocket, and he'll run it in, and it's good for a
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Goodness, that might be short.
He should have just cut it upfield. He tried to go around him. That's a great tackle there.
Yeah, tripped up. Just short.
With a tight.
Oh, goodness.
Tyrekus Davis.
That is really unfortunate for Wazoo.
That was a great tackle by him.
Yeah, and I mean, when the pocket collapses like that, I understand John Mateer's line of thinking, like, you know, I just got to run this in. I'm so close to a first down. But unfortunately, you know, sometimes that's just not in the cards for a team. Yeah. So, all right, 4th and 3. They didn't get it on 4th and 3. If you are the Cougs right now and you're on defense, what's your plan? You know?
I mean, you still have a 5-point lead, so field goal, you know, is not the worst thing in the world. But we're putting a lot of pressure on our defense right now. This should really, realistically, this should not be this close. But
and you know, looking at the analytics of it, we were favored by about 24 points heading in this game, and we've been favored the last couple weeks by double-digit points. So, unfortunately, we have kind of been falling short of our expected performance and what we're supposed to be doing as a team, kind of playing down like we've been talking about consistently on this broadcast.
Yeah.
But I mean, so we're at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, see that, but then again, like I said last trip, we're giving them the ball back 35 plus, you know, like on their own. Yes, it's in their territory, but if you're getting the ball in the 36-yard line, the 41-yard line like they did last time, I mean, we're holding them no points. We did force a turnover, but is it really realistic to ask them to force turnovers every drive? And you can't ask your defense to do that, no matter how good you are. But, yeah, I think that was just I thought that drive was going to go a lot better there, 4th down. But it looked like he could have had the first down. I think he just tried to do a little too much and try to get around him for a couple more yards.
Definitely has to rely a little bit more on his receivers.
Yes,
I think consistently, you know, after Hudson, you know, that incomplete pass to Hudson, 30 yards downfield, he might just be losing faith in his receivers a little bit there. You know, I'll just do it myself. I'll run it in for 15. But you know, that's not always going to work, especially when you've got that whole defensive line there just waiting for John Mateer to do something as he's done all season. So I think those are the kinds of plays that defenses like this really study up on because they're 11th in the Mountain West. So there's only so much they can do offensively. And they're not putting in the quarterback that almost led their team to a win against number 11 ranked.
Still very
Boise
surprised
State.
about that. He's
Yeah.
not in the game.
And, it's not their senior night. So, again, I'm not quite sure the decision there,
Yeah.
Didn't see any injuries on their roster from the quarterback position. But, again, this is
I've been trying to see Caden Anderson on the sideline. I don't think I even see him down there. I didn't see him pregame.
Yeah.
I see a number 13, but that's not. Yeah, that's Gage Brook. That's another quarterback. So maybe there wasn't. Maybe he didn't travel with the team or something. I'm not too sure, but I don't see him down there.
All righty. Well, Sabota's going to take the ball at the 35. Chip on his shoulder after getting absolutely crushed on that last Wyoming drive.
To see if we can do it again.
Yes, please.
Yes, come on.
Safeties pulled up behind their linebackers. I'd watch for a blitz.
Oh.
Whaley throws down the middle. And a quick tackle there. That's going to take Gillenberg down, the tight end there, 6'5" tight end. Going to take him down at about the 40, maybe the 41.
Yeah, Stephen Hall made that tackle, and he got up again. Earlier, I remember he was shaking out that left hand. Looks like that. I mean, it's definitely cold down there now, and these tackles are not feeling good. I mean, granted, getting tackled any day does not feel good. But
2nd and 6 from the 40-yard line. Line to gain is the 46. Oh, and he breaks free. That's going to be Harrison Whaley again. He'll move the chains down for yet another Wyoming first down. And he's woken up a little bit more. Leads the team in rushing yards with 48 on 10 attempts. Averages about 6. Excuse me, that's going to put him up to 60 rushing yards, averaging about 6 yards per carry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I'm them, we have 18 minutes left in the game, 14-9. I would eat away as much of that clock as you possibly can. If your running back's averaging 6 yards a carry, I see no problem with that.
Yeah.
Hike. Hands off to Wiley. And he'll do it again. Bullies his way down for about maybe 8 yards there.
Jeez. Yeah, they're just – the problem here with the Coug defense is that no one is even hitting the running back or getting arms or touching the running back until he's already 5 yards down the field.
Yeah. That'll put us at 2nd and 2 on the WSU 40-yard line. Yeah, Cougs need to make a big change right here because Cowboys are kind of just bullying themselves and burying way down the field. Saboa buddied up with Whaley right behind him. He'll hand it off to Whaley again into the mound of humanity, and it looks like there might be a gain of 1, if that.
Now, can we do that 2 times in a row is the question here to stop them on 3rd down.
Especially if they choose to run a different play call. And Whaley will be coming out of the game now. He trots off the field.
It's their 3rd down back. They like Sam Scott in there.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting because Whaley seems like the bigger guy. Sam Scott seems like a more versatile back here. So maybe, just throw the defense off here.
He'll kick him out to the left side there. So he's got 5 options downfield. Naked in the backfield now, Saboa is.
Maybe a quarterback draw.
Lined up in the barrel. We got motion over to the right side, and he'll run it up the middle. And the Cougs will stop it, and they'll call the play dead. Kyle Thornton there saying the play is going our way, but we'll have to see for the official review.
Was it a fumble?
Oh, they might. Did Budo Lukta get a fumble again?
Another one? Oh, it is.
And they'll call it a fumble recovered by the Cougars.
Wow. Sabota's 2nd fumble on back-to-back possessions. Let's see
hopefully they'll give us a replay here. I didn't see the ball come out, but that'll put us in great field position. Puts the Cougars on their own 37-yard line. 75% of the field already given right to him. So let's see this again.
So he'll
hike it and drive it up the middle. Yep.
That ball is out for sure.
Yeah.
So it's about a third turnover, I guess, actually, because he threw a pick earlier. So 3 turnovers on the day. Do we see Caden Anderson come into the game? I don't know.
Mateer buddied up with Parker in the backfield motion. Meredith Back and forth, he'll move right. Mateer hands off
There
to
you go,
Wayshawn
Wayshawn.
Parker, who breaks free of
There we
2
go.
tackles. Good for a first down. Chains move into Wyoming territory.
There's that little explosive burst that we know Wayshawn has there now.
Wayshawn Parker having a much better second half. Mateer still leads the team in rushing yards, but
What's new?
Parker now with 38 rushing yards on 12 carries.
There we go, Wayshawn.
3 options stacked left. Mateer hands off to Parker
Got another
again.
hole.
And he'll spin out of a tackle, gain of about 5.
Okay. We're just trying to give them a little of their own medicine here.
Just about escaped the outline of the logo there. Finally back into this side of the field. I like to see that. 5 minutes and change left to play. Wazoo still up by 5. And to round out the season undefeated at home, they need a win right here.
Yep.
Mateer in the barrel. Options stacked left. And he'll again give it to Parker. Gain of maybe 2.
Yeah, I mean, I guess score here really, any score. A field goal makes it 8 points.
Yep.
Touchdown probably puts it away. Field goal obviously still technically a 1-possession game, but I like an 8-point lead. That makes the other team have to score and to get the 2-point conversions. But we really need this third down. And on third downs today, last week you said you were 2-9, right?
Yeah.
We're 1-8 today.
Goodness.
So we have not converted well on third down today.
Trey Lechner, the redshirt freshman tight end, is coming in for a third option and possibly a blitz protector on that left side. Meredith, a give and go there. Heads back to the right. Mateer with the snap. He backs up. And I'm looking for a pass, and he's going to run again.
And he's going to get taken down, John.
And again.
That's their senior linebacker there. I think that's Connor Shea there. Yeah.
And with that, the offense will once again trot off the field.
Mateer's just trying to get rid of the football. I mean, he's trying to do it all with his legs again here. I saw it. I think you said, Trey Lechner was coming across the middle of the field there. It looked like he could give him a shot there, but like you said last drive, is not given any faith, really. I mean, I know it's hard. Chris Hudson dropped that pass, but you just got to leave the faith into the hands of, your playmakers.
Nick Haberer, it flailed down to the 9-yard line. Fair catch there. And Wyoming will start deep in enemy territory.
Yeah, they got the ball back, though.
But yet again, we've got 3.5 minutes left to play. Lowest scoring game of the season for Wazoo.
Yeah.
They've held off Wyoming. So, I mean, credit where credit is due. They've held off Wyoming from scoring at all. They've scored 3 field goals, no touchdowns today. But, I mean, essentially, they just need to score. The offense needs to find a groove, find something they can work with. Chris Hudson, Kyle Williams, fantastic players. Again, transfer from Oregon that played all 13 games.
Kyle Williams, no
Oregon.
catches in the second half so far. So
I'm unsure if the man-to-man defense is just tripping up the Cougs, but I really don't think so because we run the same defense.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if there's just maybe a disconnect, maybe like a distrust between the quarterback and his options. But, something absolutely is not going according to plan.
It just really sucks when our defense has forced 3 turnovers today. We have 0 points off those turnovers. Yeah. So that's got to hurt the defense a little bit, being like, hey, guys, we're out here trying. We're forcing turnovers for you. We're getting the ball back for you. And they're getting a first down, stall, punt, or just not even a first down and just punt.
Yeah. And, when you stall, I mean, it does eat time away. Cougs are still ahead by 5. So eating the clock will not be detrimental unless Wyoming is able to score a touchdown. Either you eat away the clock and rely 100% on your defense, like you were saying. Not really fair to do your defense. They're out there doing their job. Forced, I believe, 4 turnovers today. So, I really think that
back to back there fumbles. So, but just nothing sadly nothing done with those turnovers. And also, those turnovers were in pretty good field position for the Cougs.
Absolutely.
We were right there on
it gave them 60% of the field. So, yeah, I mean, I'm expecting the defense, to do whatever they have to do here. We'll see. But I really think this game comes down to how they respond on offense.
It does.
I really don't think the defense can do any more for this team than they're doing right now.
0 points second half, and it might look like it might stay that way for the whole. I don't know when the last time the Cougs put up 0 in the second half was, but I don't know if I want to know.
And we struggled last season, being down to teams. But this year, in our game against San Jose State, we were down by 14 points and came back and won in double overtime.
Yep.
We have been down this season by a significant amount of points, 2 or more scores. And we've been able to kind of come out of it by the skin of our teeth. And I'm just not seeing that same team here tonight. But in all fairness, Wyoming is stuck down at the 9-yard line.
Deep in their
so
own
they've
territory.
got 90% of the field to go. And they've got 3.5 minutes. So Hoba and his sack taken down. No gain. Big play. Big play. Number 44 for the Washington State offense. That's going to be Kali Luafa with his first sack of the game. Big play. It's going to, again, be 2nd and 10 now.
The clock's coming to factor now, too. It's probably this next play is not going to get off until under 3 minutes. 2nd and 13 now, deep in their own 7. That could have been a bad another. Yep. But now, under 3 minutes to go here.
Svoboda paired up with a running back in the backfield. It's going to be Fairman. And he'll run away looking for an option. Caught and good for a first down. Hasn't really been using any of his receivers all night, but that's going to be good for wide receiver Jalen Sargent, his first reception of the night. And I think they're going to mark, 3rd and 1. So they're just short of the line to gain. They got to get to the 20, and they're stuck at about the yard. But, hey, I mean, if you're Wyoming, you have 2 running backs averaging more than 5 yards a carry. I'd put it down right there and just do a run play.
I mean, they're playing this
yeah.
pretty gingerly. It's 2 minutes to go in the game.
And the Cougs know that too. They're creeping up on the quarterback. Safeties are short. So Hoba hands it off.
He stopped. Was he down there? Oh, did he? I thought he was down short on that first contact.
I think his knee might be down.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a look at this.
They might have to review that. His knee looked down.
Well, the 2-minute warning here. Let's see though.
And it looks like they'll call that. First down.
I don't know if his knee was down, but maybe an elbow, because that also counts as down. So maybe he didn't though. Let's see.
Well, they'll take a second here for the 2-minute warning. So the clock is still running. So they're going to reset the clock to 2 minutes. So, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, not sure. What's going on over there?
Yeah, that was kind of odd. But I think they're going to give that to Wyoming, which, so that puts them at the 25-ish, 20-ish. I can't really tell because there's a huddle of zebras down there. It looks like it'll put them at the 22-yard line, and that means they've got 78% of the field left to go before a touchdown. So I really think that the Cougs just need to let them run the clock out.
Yeah.
Because 2 minutes, and if all you've got is a run play, I mean, they ran that play with Sargent one time this whole game. So
their leading receiver has 2 catches from the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Sargent only has 2 catches for 32 yards, and his second catch coming on just this last drive. So really hasn't been a threat or anything at all today.
I would say to just let them run the run plays, see where they get, and if they're anywhere, short of the 10-yard line, I'd say the Cougs got this in the bag. But I'm not going to say anything yet because we've had a few unfortunate incidents that have led to losses in these past couple weeks.
So it actually looks like on the marker across the field, they are going to have the 4 down there. So it looks like he did end up going down short on that last play. So they might stick that ruling on the 4th down, which is huge because obviously it might be game over if they don't get this 4th down, considering Wazoo maybe makes a field goal here.
Yeah. So Wyoming, if I'm Wyoming, you have to go for the 4th down. They haven't gone for a 4th down conversion yet tonight. They're 0 for 0. But what do? You can't give the ball back to WSU in essentially what is the red zone.
Yeah.
Or, creeping up on the red zone with 2 minutes left. because that puts them within you have to score twice.
Oh, it looks like, let's see, the punter looks like he's getting loose for the Cowboys. I'm not sure if
I'm really confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that like every single ref is talking right now on the field.
Yep. Head referee tonight is going to be John Love, headed over with Brian Hay, Ashante Jordan, and Steve Hudson are officials for the evening, doing the job that I'm too scared to do.
Yeah,
so.
It's a lot colder down there. I mean, it's pretty cold up here, but I can only imagine what it feels like down there for them.
But the crowd noise is just so much with the broadcast, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Makes me feel like I'm just in the game, you know?
Yeah. Well, 45 seconds left in the 2-minute timeout.
Both teams still have 3 timeouts as well, so
the referees are going to put that ball at about, I'd say 4th and inches, maybe 4th and 1. And you've got to go for it if you're Wyoming. There's really no other option. If just kind of watching what they've done all game, I'd say they've got it. But if the Cougars can do anything on this drive, I would just be ecstatic. Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
This is a big 4th down.
4th and 1 on the Wyoming 19. Sabota in the backfield. D'd up with a new running back. Can't see his jersey yet. He's got 2 options stacked on the left.
I believe that's Sam Scott. Not sure, though. If that's
23. Yeah. So they'll call that 4th and 1.
It is 4th down.
Alrighty. Now,
see if these Coug fans can get loud here. 4th down. Let's go. Let's hear it from them.
Wyoming has not attempted a 4th down conversion tonight. Can they snag an extra yard?
There
and he'll run it up.
Keeper.
He's got it. Sabota kind of launches up in the air. I think there was a miscommunication there. I think they thought
that was a risky play.
I agree.
Mean, what if he fumbles there? If he fumbles again, that's
All right.
Here we go. Hurry up pace now.
Minute 54. Sabota looks left.
Oh, Lincoln, catch that.
Option is good. Yep. So that pass is complete. Sabota only 14 complete passes of the night.
Yeah. Looks like they
and
timeout here.
Washington
Wyoming.
State's going to call a timeout.
Where's that up?
Yeah, it'll be a Washington State time.
All right.
And the ball is going to end, or excuse me, that is a Wyoming timeout. Yeah. So the ball is going to be at the 24-yard line.
All right.
So they had 1st down and then some.
Yep.
If you're
we'll
Wyoming,
take those 3-yard completions all the way down the field.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, so a minute 47 left on the clock. They don't have receivers that they trust at all. Sargent has had 2 receptions the entire
game.
Yeah, entire game, and that is their best receiver. So,
I mean, they're leading with only 4 catches.
Wyoming has a minute 47 left. They have 2 timeouts, but time is against them if all they have is running backs.
I mean, look at all these receivers. Farrell's got 1 catch. Pelessier's got 1. It's just a whole bunch of guys with 1 catch here for minimal yardage, too. See if fans get back into it, though. 2nd and 7 here now. All
right. Sabota in the shotgun. The option stacked wide on the right onto our near side of the field. Safety's backed up about 10 yards. Motion in the back. Trots over. Snap. He looks downfield. He's got room. And an incomplete. Wow. Ball's fuddled around in his hands there.
Is there a flag on in the area of a defensive, maybe holding?
It might be a holding call there
on O'Connor.
Washington State. Yep. And he's been doing that all game and kind of getting away with it. There were a couple there that I thought were 100% going to be flags.
Or face mask again.
Yeah. So Ethan O'Connor with his 2nd face mask call of the night. That's a huge play. That's a 15-yard gain.
That's brutal
for Wyoming. And that almost puts them into Coug territory. Minute 40 left to play, so that kind of shaves 7 seconds off. But again, minute 40 is a lot of time.
It is.
They have 2 timeouts.
It's just a free 15 yards. That hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
See, hey, how about he makes up for it, though? Gets his 5th pick of the year.
Sam Scott, running back, buddied up with Sabota in the backfield. Options even on either side. Sabota.
Oh, here they come.
He runs left. He's out of time, and he's going to run out of bounds.
That might be a loss.
Loss of about a yard, I'd say. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a loss of a couple. There we go. Oh, and he's going to trip over the lines on his way back to the huddle there.
I think they might call that no gain, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see where. Yeah. So I think they're going to put that at 2nd and 12. So a loss of 2 yards.
Nice. Good hustle there by the Cougar
Yeah.
defense.
Great job to run him out of bounds there. Cyrus Webster, edge rusher that, in times of peril, we kind of bring him out and see what he does. And he did.
Got to lean on these seniors, man.
Yeah. Sabota buddied up with his running back yet again. Not a naked backfield all game. And snap. He looks right, wide open option.
Oh,
and he
what
caught
a
it.
catch.
And they will call that a.
So their leading receiver, Durr, on this game there for that freshman. That was a great catch by him, but.
Thought there the play might have been blown dead, but that'll put the ball at exactly the 50-yard line.
Here we go.
Minute 26 left to play, plenty of time, but Wazoo does have all 3 of their timeouts. So Dickert's been conservative. The snap, Sabota looks, fair catch, finally using his receivers, and that's going to be just short of the first down. Maybe 2nd and 1 at the.
Wyoming might call their second timeout here.
Yep.
Gosh, I swear, I looked up, the clock was at 2 minutes, like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's only at 1:14. With all these first downs and the clock stopping, I swear that these 2 minutes feel so long.
I mean, this is a smart time to start using your receivers if you're Wyoming. You haven't used them all game. Wazoo doesn't know how you use your receivers except from the film that they've watched the week prior. But here's the silver lining to that is they've been in the red zone 3 times and they have not scored a touchdown.
Yep.
So if Wazoo's red zone defense can do their job yet again, even though they have been kind of pulling out the stops for this team all night and saving us kind of from destruction here, if they can do it simply one more time, even if they kick a field goal, the game is done.
So Sabota on this drive is 4 for 4 for 35 yards, which is, he's playing lights out right now. You're going to need something.
He's boosted his completion percentage from under 50 to 61 in just one drive. So
see if that defense can get another sack here to get the 6th of the game.
I think Sabota might have a chip on his shoulder after being sacked and having a turnover forced upon him 2 drives in a row. All right, Sabota. And looks like a bit of communication there. He'll back up. Whalian now in the backfield. He'll hand it off to him, and there's a flag called.
It's going to be a false start?
Yeah, false. I would say it's a false start. Wazoo's pointing false start, and so I'd say it's false start. Wyoming is already backing up 5 yards. Put them in at 2nd and 8.
There you go. Hey, that's help from the crowd there.
So
there we go.
That'll back them up even more.
The faithful coming in now when we need them.
Alrighty, a minute. Yeah, so they reset the play clock. Minute 14 left. Shaved off. Well, that play didn't, but the play before shaved off about maybe 5 seconds. Okay. Puts the Cowboys at 2nd and 8. Sabota looking to Whaley. Oh,
that's all right.
Should have been a flag.
No, he can. Yeah, he can jump and get back. That could have
made me nervous.
That could have gave him the 5 yards right back.
Alrighty, Sabota. Wide option caught.
Oh, he's wide open right in the middle of that zone.
Yeah, about a 20-yard reception there. That'll bring them down to the 30-yard line.
Will Pelessier with that catch.
And I think this is really smart, starting to use your receivers. No time is coming off the clock. Sabota, he'll look left, same receiver there. And a flag is down on, oh my goodness. That's going to be Will Pelessier, wide receiver yet again.
This looks like, by the language of Wyoming's, might be a holding on. By the language of them, it looks like, Sabota doesn't look too happy with his line. Let's see. John Level tell us here. Oh, a chop block is even worse. It's a 15-yarder.
Yeah, that's a big break for Wazoo. 50. Okay, so
you don't see those you don't see the chop blocks a lot. Or maybe you do, they just don't get called. I don't know, but
all right, so we go from 2nd and 6 now.
Wow.
To
there they go.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know. Well, it moves the ball, but first and 25. Okay.
Jeez.
So, smart on Wyoming, utilizing their receivers. They're not moving the clock at all. It's been we've had 2 minutes on the clock for about 25 minutes now.
That's what I swear. It's been forever.
Okay, top block on Wyoming, sets him back 15 yards. Sabota, he looks down.
Oh, he caught it.
Wow. Okay, so.
He wasn't even looking.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like that's going to be a complete pass for Gillenborg. Wasn't even looking.
Neither was our
at
defender.
Sabota. Neither was our defender.
Oh.
5 yards in front of him.
Wilson
and that's going to be a completed catch. That is a total mismanagement. Sabota again, wide open.
Oh.
Almost intercepted
Oh,
by
that would've
Tyson.
done
Yeah.
it.
So defensive back Tyson Durant doing what he always does again. Almost intercepted. 2nd and 10. 44 seconds left to play. And Wyoming.
Oh, he overthrew Stevenson right there, looking for it.
But Sabota has been overthrowing in the end zone all night.
He really has.
Wyoming has been unable to get to the end zone. They haven't been able to get into the red. They've scored 3 field goals. So Wazoo's defense has been doing what they're supposed to do well, they're not in the red zone yet, but when they do, they're supposed to be there. Okay. Lined up with Scott in the backfield. Sabota hikes, and he looks right. Lateral.
Got a guy there.
And he takes him
Nice
down,
tackle.
snags his leg. That'll be Adrian.
Yep.
Adrian Wilson with the tackle.
Yeah, thank God he wrapped him up there.
Yeah, and they'll call a timeout. I think their final timeout of the game.
Yep.
Jake Dickert's been real conservative with timeouts, and, I think that's for the best. 35 seconds left to play. 3rd and 14. So, if you're Wyoming, kicking a field goal won't win you the game.
No, you got to go for it all here. You have to.
Yeah, even if it's 4th down, you got to go for it. These receptions have been going well. They've marched down the field. They started at the 9-yard line.
Yeah.
So they had to go 91% of the way, and they're almost there. So
he had about 80 yards on this drive passing. That's about the same amount of yards he's had the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, and Sabota's kind of woken up a bit. 20 for 32 now, 63% completion. First half, he was down in the 40s. So he's boosted his numbers quite a bit, utilizing his receivers.
See what the defense can do here.
The running backs aren't going to be much help to him here because they're averaging about 5 yards per carry. They got to go 14 yards. All right, 3rd and 14.
Here we
ball on the 18-yard line. 35 seconds left in the game. Sabota lined up here with Sam Scott. Buddy in the backfield. Options lined up. Left. He looks left. He launches it down. No flags called. No pass interference there. Incomplete pass. I think it's going to be intended.
Say that was for Durr maybe again?
Yeah, Durr.
Freshman?
Yep. So, again, he's been doing good all game, coming in on those wide receptions, really when they need them, 20, 30, 35 yards downfield.
Well, this is the game here.
Absolutely, yeah.
4th down and long.
Alrighty. 4th down and 14, 29 seconds, ball on the 18-yard line. Line to gain for a fresh set of downs is the 4-yard line. So, what do you do here?
Wow. You make it stop. You make the stop.
Option stack left. Buddy in the backfield.
Yeah.
And they'll call a timeout.
All right.
Yep.
Dicker wants to make sure the troops know what they're doing exactly. Let's give them some more water.
Try to ice out.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we've been shaving off seconds here. 29 seconds now. Lowest scoring game of Wazoo season. And again, this is a team that averages 50 points at home and 28 on the road. So they've not only have they not scored 50 points, but they've cut their away game average points, total points scored in half.
Literally in half.
At 14.
They've also, put up a big donut here in the second half.
And when we talk about the looking forward in the season, Cougs are bowl eligible. There's been talk about the Alamo Bowl, which might be a little out of reach now, but there's the Holiday Bowl. There's a couple other big games that I really want to see us get ready for and not play down in our last game of the season.
Yeah.
Especially when we have to utilize those seniors, Asa Pole, and all those guys that are a crucial part of this team.
Well, here we go.
All righty. 4th and 14. Wyoming now on the 18 for a fresh set of downs. You got to get it to the 4.
Who is it? Who makes the play? I got Kyle Thornton right here.
Motion in the backfield. Sabota buddied up with his running back. Options are left, and he'll throw it. Oh, and it's a touchdown. Wow. Touchdown for Wyoming, their first touchdown of the night, and it couldn't have come at a more unfortunate time.
Jeez. I mean, I don't understand the coverage there. It looked like it was like a man zone. He was.
All right. So
they do have to go for 2. And like we just witnessed, that minute 35 taken off the clock was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, you give the Cougs this, because this play, no matter what, it'll go for 2, right? But it won't cause any time to come off the clock. So the Cougs will get 24 seconds.
24 seconds. Yeah, that's 4 plays. John Mateer cannot run the ball on these plays. They're not putting up enough yards for them to be significant enough for them to get all the way downfield in time for them to get within field goal range. So even if they go for 2, again, like you said, they'll be within 3 points. So the Cougs got to tie it up. Okay.
Here we go.
Saboa motion. Hands it off, and he'll drive it in, and he's stuffed. So nothing there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that was, but.
Okay, so Cougs down by 1. Wyoming leads for the first time all game with less than 30 seconds left. And again, another loss by less than 3 would be crushing to the morale of this Cougar squad, especially the seniors, to a team who's 11th in the Mountain West. Cougars were hot until about 2 weeks ago, 16th in the nation. A quarterback with the most touchdowns scored in the entire country. So I want to see that quarterback right now, and I understand he can run. The whole nation knows that he's a great rushing quarterback, but those rushes for first downs, we don't need first downs right now. We need a touchdown right now, or not even a touchdown. We need to be in field goal range. Janikowski has the numbers to put up a 40, 50, 55-yard field goal.
Longest on the year is 52 yards.
Yeah.
That was against San Jose State in that wild thriller late night game. So he's proved that he has. I remember that. That was to go to overtime. Yeah, he kicked a 52-yarder. It was deep, but you talk about, the guy you want to, win the game for you, Dean Janikowski, on senior night too. I mean, does it get any more storybook than that?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're lined up now. Special teams trot out onto the field here, and they're going to punt it. If I'm the Cougs, I wave that.
Yeah.
I wave that right off. I don't let any time come off the clock now. Punt is good.
Oh, he's going to take it out, though.
Fair catch at the 11. Bit of a melee down there on the field, but it's all right. They'll line up now. All right, they'll line up at the 25. So they got 75% of the field. 25% taken care of for them.
This would be something.
Yeah, we got to see some Hail Mary passes.
Let's see this. The last 7 possessions for the Cougs. 30 plays ran, 102 yards, and no points. I mean, 7 possessions straight, 0 points. It just hurts.
Mateer goes long. Caught.
Oh, he got it.
And he caught it.
He caught it.
And they'll call that complete.
I think he did.
Yeah.
The second effort from Kyle Williams.
He'll dance out of bounds, but they'll call that a completion. Kyle Williams,
that's
big
close.
Play.
Yeah, he did. Oh, it's going to be under review, definitely. Oh, did he?
And, the question's going to be, did he have –
I think he had that right foot in.
Did he have full control,
that's true.
Of the ball?
Let's see. Oh, he's out of bounds.
His
right foot was out of bounds.
So he's down, and he – oh.
Yeah, it's out of bounds. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll have to see if I'm the refs. When you look at a call, there has to be enough to overturn it. So from that angle,
it looks like there's enough.
I would say there's enough to overturn the call. But I mean, the original play call is on Washington State side. I'd say he has it right there. But I guess the question is his right foot out of bounds when he comes in contact with the ball? I would say they're going to call that. Yeah, I would say they'll call that out of bounds, but that's all right. Cougs still have the chance to do the exact same play once again.
He might have had it before the foot went out of bounds.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
That ball might have bobbled in his hands for too long, though. So we'll have to see.
It kind of, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Yep, and they'll push it back.
No, it's out. Yeah.
Yep. So they'll push that way back.
That would have been huge for the Cougs.
Yeah, so he wasn't in full control on that play. Unfortunate, but the Cougars have an opportunity to do the exact same thing again.
Yep.
It is okay. They've got 19 seconds.
Need a
Second
big
and
play.
10. Ball on 25. Mateer, he understood the assignment right there. He knew exactly what he had to do. I would just love to see him do it again.
Yes, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
He's buddied up. Options stacked right.
See, that's
Just
Velocity out there with him. All
Weird.
right.
So it looks to me that they're not going to run a rush play. Mateer takes a snap. He looks.
Oh, John.
And
John, you
sacked.
cannot do that.
Yep. And he'll be taken down. Loss of about.
This might be. It did get past. We got way. Yeah, I don't know whether. They're trying to call for intentional grounding, but that ball not? It definitely passed the line of scrimmage.
A flag is down. I would not call that intentional grounding because it was out of bounds. But I guess we'll have to see. We'll get a call right here.
Wow.
And they'll call that
You
intentional
can't do
grounding
that.
on
You
John
just-
Mateer. Yep. Oh, goodness. And that'll put a loss of downs on. So now it's 3rd and 10 on the WSU 25.
No, it'll be more. It'll be
3rd and 14, you're right.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, jeez.
That's a really unfortunate time for a flag. Oh, goodness. So penalty will be enforced from the spot of the down. So, yeah, he backed up about 5 lines from the yard of scrimmage. So it makes sense. I would not have called that intentional grounding. I mean, he had options open and he just threw it away. So I think there's a significant difference between that, and that's a pretty crummy call. Okay, so Wyoming leads by 1 point. It's 3rd and 14, 12 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
So, okay, 12 seconds. Got to do a pass play here. You have time to run off 2, maybe 3 more plays. So
it's going to have to be a prayer.
Yeah.
We got to complete a pass here first, too.
We have to get at least 14 yards on a pass or on a reception here. All right. The snap. Mateer in the pocket. He looks deep. He's going to launch it. And it's intercepted. Intercepted by Wyoming, and that's ball game. Wow, what an unfortunate ending to Washington State's season. It looks like it was intended there for Kyle Williams, and he just kind of came up short. And that will deliver Wyoming their 3rd win of the season.
And a 3rd straight loss for the Cougs.
Yep. 3 seconds remaining in the game. So they will.
Oh, man, that hurts. Everyone will evacuate the stadium. Yeah, that is just a dagger. I mean, 3 losses back to back to back, all by 3 points or less.
Yeah, and I think this is a team. It's a younger squad, and they just really struggle with momentum. So last year, after a loss to UCLA,
it was
and
bad.
it was a 5-win losing streak. And so that will conclude the game. They will take a mercy stance. And the Wyoming little squad section in the corner there is ecstatic. I mean, as they should be. That will deliver them their 3rd and last win of the season. So, okay,
it's an unfortunate way to go out there for the Cougs. 3 straight losses. It hurts.
So Mateer, I would say he did his job. He just, unfortunately, you got to make those smart plays. What's going to get us into the end zone? What's going to get us into the red zone? And though he was able to get us, a couple first downs. Those aren't those big momentous plays we need. We only scored twice against one of the worst teams in the country.
Yep.
So,
And it came early in the second quarter. We put up a donut in the second half, and if we're gonna take this into our bowl game, this just can't happen in the bowl game.
Yeah.
There's just no shot that we. Yeah.
And looking at statistics, on the last drive, Wyoming really came out with their receivers.
Yeah, Sabota.
Durr came in with 57 receiving yards. Dillenborg was 61. So I think they really utilized those, and they waited. That is a really smart call to make sure that no time is shaved off that clock. And then at the last second, they throw it in for a touchdown, give us 30 seconds to make something of nothing. And then, unfortunately, just there was a low IQ play there from Mateer, intentional grounding.
I think the play of the game there was by the Cowboys tight end, John Michael Gillenborg. It was after the chop block.
Yeah.
Wasn't even looking at the play when the ball was thrown until it was maybe a yard away from him. Turns around, snatches that thing up. 1st and 25, no problem. They get the ball right back. Next play, who catches the touchdown is also John Michael, their tight end. So that really, he just
I
put
think
the nail in the coffin there.
John Mateer, he's a redshirt sophomore, but he has to work on, those IQ plays under pressure. Tackles for loss, 11 for Wyoming. So he just has to make smarter decisions when he's under pressure. Fumbles, 2 on both sides. Sacks, 4 for Wyoming, 5 for Wazoo. So I'm not quite sure if, we've just kind of lost some of the spunk and that fire that we had before. But this is the caliber of team that we're going to be playing in the coming of years. We are going to be traveling farther distances to play teams at about Wyoming's level. We've got Utah State, possibly UNLV, San Diego, Fresno State, all those kinds of caliber Mountain West teams that are coming in, and that's going to be our conference.
Yeah.
So I think if we are unable to create wins against teams that are ranked last in that conference, I don't see us faring very well in the coming years, but I think it's a learning opportunity. I think this team needs to learn how to work on their momentum and communicating with each other after losses, because it's a textbook thing for us.
It's like a very streaky loss,
Yeah.
Because but the other part of it is too, we're a very streaky winning team.
Yeah, I agree.
But then it's just it's the opposite, just we're a very streaky losing team, which is not what you want to be.
Yeah. Alrighty, though, an unfortunate end of the day for Washington State Cougar football. We enjoyed calling the game here with you today.
Did.
I'm Norma Fulwiler.
And I'm Evan Suarez.
Thank you so much for listening to KUGR College Radio, the student voice of the Palouse.